The Yukon's eyes widened. What? Nothing. He escaped before the spell hit him. Twilight was astonished. But, I restored everyone's memories. Ponyville, it's fine now. The element should have worked. They did, and Discord saw that. He saw that he could not break apart your friendship with the others, so he chose to be a coward and fled. How do you know that's what happened? I know Discord. He's smart enough to know when to flee. So, he's still out there? We have to find him. Equestria's not safe as long as he's free. No. He knows not to make another attempt to take over. Not without time to contemplate his next move. When he does, that's when we take action. But what if... Twilight Sparkle. We do not know where Discord is. The only thing we can do is wait for him to come out of hiding. When he does, I want you and your friends to be ready. Do you understand? She opened her mouth to protest, but then sighed and nodded because she is an idiot and doesn't think Celestia is wrong in any way possible. Good. Now I will leave the elements with you, so you will be ready when the time comes. But first I will cast a spell protecting them, so Discord cannot take them again. Twilight nodded again, wondering why Princess Celestia didn't do that in the friggin' first place. I understand, Princess. I'm going to do this for the rest of the fanfic. I'm sorry, Disney fanatic, but I have to. I love your fanfic so much. It's kind of fun to make little jokes here and there about Celestia. I'm just gonna do it. I hope you don't mind. It's just all fun in games. So the 6 ponies went back home and waited for Discord's return. They each wore the elements at all times for precaution. For weeks they waited in agitation for the enemy to make his attack. They told no pony else that the spirit of chaos had escaped. For Celestia did not want her subjects to panic. It was because of this that the friends went about their daily routines as if there was nothing to worry about. But they each slept with one eye open. All except Fluttershy, who slept with 2. Sorry, I was just taking a break. Soon the days turned into weeks, then months, until after a year. The ponies assumed Discord had left Equestria for good. Probably to go to the human world and cause chaos there. They began feeling more at ease, with a few exceptions. Twilight became more and more worried each day and studied what? What's that word? Divination? Twilight became more and more worried each day and studied divination, whatever divination is, in hopes of finding the enemy's location. So far, she had no such luck. Fluttershy spent nights waking up with a scream, after experiencing a nightmare where the monster had her in his clutches. Of all the frightening creatures she had encountered in her lifetime, she had never been as afraid as she was of Discord. Even though she had not seen him in a while, he still haunted her. Everywhere she turned, his yellow and red eyes were there, staring into her soul. Sometimes he would appear as 3 butterflies, or as a stained glass image. Whatever form he took, it felt like he was always there, watching her. She told her friends of this, but they said it was purely her imagination. This did not take any of the nightmares away. Then Twilight became a princess and everything went bullshit. Whoops. Oh, for God's sake. I didn't mean to say that word. Then Twilight became a princess, which turned every pony's life around because no pony expected Twilight to become a princess. And in no way did Kingdom say the B word, because that is a bad word to say and will be hopefully censored once I get on YouTube. This is stupid. Why did I do this? Oh, okay. While Twilight was still living in Ponyville, she spent most of her time in Cantot or elsewhere, performing role duties. Oh, God's sake. Sorry. I can't believe it. I wanted to tell God damn it. I didn't mean to say the B word. It was such a that'll be censored. As for her other 5 friends, they were all famous after saving Equestria numerous times and being friends of a princess. Sure. Rarity's designs became more popular than ever. She had so many orders to keep up with that she had to hire help. She had so many orders to keep up with that she had to hire help. Her sister, Sweetie Bill, had little talent in sewing, but did what she could to organize everything. Her friend Apple Bloom provided to have greater knowledge of design, and Rarity was so impressed that she made the young filly her apprentice. Even Scootaloo provided assistance by making the deliveries with her scooter. Rainbow Dash's dream finally came true, and she was recruited into the Wonderbolts. With them, she travelled all over Equestria, performing her tricks and earning the praise she adored. She still made time for her friends and offered them tickets whenever they were in town. Pinkie Pie attended all the shows and derbies and was Rainbow's biggest fan, though everyone knew how Pinkie was able to attend everything. While keeping her job at Sugar Cube Corner, Pinkie Pie kept a party planning service in Canterlot. Whenever there was a special event, the Royals called her. Not only did she always throw the best at parties, but she did it for free. She did not care for money, only fun. And Canterlot was ruined forever. And Octavia was very angry. Alright. When making visits to Twilight in Canterlot, Applejack would take the opportunity to sell her apples. They were much more appreciated once every pony heard they were grown in the princess's home. Okay, let's do it like that. They were much more appreciated once every pony heard they were grown in the princess's hometown. As a result, Applejack earned a lot of money and not only managed to buy a tractor for Big Macintosh and fix Granny Smith's broken hip, but added a new floor to the barn, so whenever a relative visited, they could stay the night. Whatever money was left was donated to the Canterlot orphanage. Because of this, the orphans looked up to her. She also became a fan favourite at the rodeo competitions. Whether she won a blue ribbon or not, her athleticism was much admired, and the cowboy attire was more fashionable, thanks to Rarity. Grace Six with his words had to say. Okay. In their new, glamorous and comfortable lifestyles, the ponies slowly forgot about Discord altogether. That was probably the most stupid idea to do, but whatever. Apparently Discord's forgettable. Didn't know that. Sure, nobody knew he would be forgettable after season 2's premiere. Everyone seemed to forget about him. That's why he returned later on in season 3. Every pony was happy, save one. Once the Six were known to the public, many stallions began taking interest in Fluttershy. Wait, what? Once the Six were known to the public... Why? That makes no sense. Never mind. Once the Six were known to the public, many stallions began taking interest in Fluttershy, who had turned out to be a great beauty. She received a lot of gentlemen callers now and then, but she refused all of them. Although she was of marriageable age now, the Pegasus was not ready for such a thing, let alone dating. She had gained more confidence over the years, but the idea of romance terrified her. Having a boyfriend meant spending time with a single stallion that might not be the one or... Wait, what? Having a boyfriend meant spending time with a single stallion that might be the one or might not. Okay. She knew she would be doing most of the talking and asking and touching. What? No, wait. She knew he would be doing most of the talking and asking and touching, etc. She was not prepared for that. She continued having the nightmares. The evil face of the Draconicus would not leave her mind. She knew he was still out there, and he would come back to turn her nasty again. Despite the good fortune of her friends, she could not move on. She attended social events for their sake, but wallowed in fear when alone. Meanwhile, Twilight Sparkle was studying and learning more about magic and being a princess each day. She took pleasure in it, but sometimes she would look out the window and wonder about her enemy in hiding. It had been almost 3 years since he had vanished without a trace. Where was he? What had he been doing all this time? When was he going to strike? No pony knew except for the writer, because the writer made this story, and the writer is evil. Evil! Okay. Alright, so that's chapter 1 finished. I'll be doing chapter 2. That was stupid. And this has to be cut. Christ's sake, I can't upload over 15 minutes anymore. Frag. I'll cut it later.